What? Is that real? Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the KTLC fanbase channel. My name is Joey and today I'm going to be reading some more of your KTLC confessions. After I posted my last video, the number of submissions went from 57 to 376. So here's how this video works. I gave you guys a link where you could send in your anonymous KTLC confessions, and then I'm just going to be reacting to them, reading them out loud, and seeing how I think of your crazy KTLC opinions. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you have seen the first video, then you know how fun this is going to be, and I don't want to wait any longer because I'm excited to see what you guys are going to be saying here. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you're excited to see all these confessions, and subscribe to our channel if you want to support us, and make sure to comment down below your thoughts on some of these confessions. And without further ado, let's get on to the first one. I think Keith should be in a shampoo commercial. I definitely do think that Keith is very qualified to talk about shampoo because we know that he has a lot of products for his hair and he has great hair, so yeah, I agree. I like Fitz up until Lodestar. Now I can't seem to stand him for some reason. I can agree with this because I feel like there's a point in the middle of the books where he went from being a good character that you want to see a lot of in the books, and then he kind of went into a really annoying character, so I can actually see that. I thought that Grady and Adeline were old. I also misjudged Mr. Farkle's appearance a ton. So when you say that Grady and Adeline were old, do you mean their appearance or how actually old they are? Because I do think they're pretty old. I don't think it's mentioned, but they've got to be pretty old. I used to picture Grady looking like Jency. I'm not really sure where you made that connection because there's a lot of art of Grady that actually looks nothing like him. They don't really have any related features, so I'm not sure where that came from. This is so weird, but a couple years ago, before I started reading KTLC, I saw the first book on the shelves. I picked it up and thought to myself, oh, these two kids must be siblings. I'm assuming talking about Sophie and Dex on the first cover. I forgot about that time until I finished the series and I remembered that memory. I had my hand over my mouth, quietly scolding myself for thinking Sophie and Dex were related at first sight. Well, you weren't that far off because they are technically related. They are cousins because of Adeline and Julian, so you could say that you were sort of right. You were close. I pronounce KTLC as Kotlook. No regrets, and I am not changing my mind. That is how it's pronounced. I can definitely see it. I remember first looking at the abbreviation, and it looks like you could say it Kotlik. So I definitely see how you would see that. I think it's just faster or easier or more recognizable to say KOTLC. When I read the almost kiss scene between Sophie and Fitz in flashback, my Soki self literally chucked the book as far as I could, which then proceeded to hit my ceiling fan, hit a wall, and then finally crash onto the ground. Okay, so I have a story because I think every Soki fan has a story for when they first read that scene in flashback. I kind of just do this thing where when I read something that I physically react, I just cringe when I read it. I have to close the book for a second and just prepare myself to keep reading because honestly, that was it was scary. I was scared. I hope your flashback book is okay after getting hit by a fan and stuff. Until I read Unlocked, I pronounced Lady Gisela Gisela. I'm pretty sure it is pronounced Gisela. It's not Gisela, but that's fine. It's not that far off anyway. I was walking behind this girl at school who had a hoodie on with a bunch of names, and one of them was named the Foster Legacy, and I got spooked. That's a pretty big coincidence because Legacy is the name of the book and Foster's name of the character, and Sophie Foster has a legacy, so that's a cool coincidence. I think that Sophie is not a well-written main character. Because she was given all these amazing, powerful abilities in the beginning of the series, she has little room to grow. She's hardly changed since book 1. I'm gonna have to agree and disagree because I think that she is not an amazingly well-written main character because so many people have described her as a Mary Sue, which is it fits. I can definitely see it. But I have to disagree that you say that she has hardly changed because I do think she has grown from book 1, and she does have a lot of room to grow because she has not mastered any one of these abilities. So I definitely see what you're saying, but it's not entire, I don't entirely agree with it. When I first read the word panakes or panakes as in callous tree, I saw the word pancakes and I started saying it in my head that way. I knew the real way to pronounce it, but for some reason I couldn't stop thinking about pancakes, and I am only now just getting into the habit of saying it correctly. I have a bad habit of saying it too because I, for some reason, say panakes, and I realize now that the book said it rhymes with pancakes, so it has to be panicks. Keith is overrated and has showered love upon after he's made all these horrible decisions. I understand he's had terrible things done to him and has really bad parents, but he's not amazing. Wiley is underrated and deserves more love. This is a good way to segue into the fact that Keith, honestly, he is not making the best decisions. I know it's kind of a joke in the fandom that he just runs away to everything, but it's true. He definitely should have not have run away, and he's done it twice already. It's crazy. Keith really just has to clean up his act, that's all I'm saying. I don't like how Florrie looks when I saw the drawing of Florrie sitting on the Panache tree. Let me look at that. But I mean, I guess you could see how she looks weird, but she's a gnome, so her hair almost looks like grass, or maybe it is grass. That looks pretty cool. I like it. There's no way. I called Fitz Flitz for 5 years. The only reason I knew I was saying it wrong was because at a Boom convention, I met Shannon Messenger, and I was telling her about how much I related to Flitz, and she was confused and asked me if I meant Fitz. There's no way that... Is that real? Is that a real story? I honestly don't even believe that. Flitz? It's honestly even funnier that you had to get Shannon Messenger herself to correct you. That's a great story. I don't think this is a confession, but I've always wanted a Sir Tyrgan point of view since the moment he was introduced. I feel like he's a lot more than we think of him, and maybe even better than Forkle himself. At this point, he's on my top 5 favorite characters, so that's a cool opinion, because I personally don't think he's like an amazing character. He's cool. Like, I don't really want to see a point of view of him because I don't know what that would specifically add to the series. About a month after I finished 8.5, I am still mad at him. My heart is broken. Well, don't worry, because 160 more days until we see what happens to Keith, so just hang in there. We're gonna see more of him. I can't wait. I think that Glimmer is one of the best characters in KTLC. I also ship her with Tam. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to flat out disagree with you on this one, because like Glimmer, she was just introduced a book ago. We know 0 things about her. We haven't even seen her face. We don't know if she's good or bad. I ship SoFitz, not because I like Fitz better, but just because I'm a sucker for first loves. Also, I thought Keith was Fitz and vice versa until I watched your videos. I'm gonna go back to SoFitz. They say that I'm a sucker for first love, but I would describe it more as like a first crush, because like when Sophie first saw Fitz, it was just like his looks, like, oh, he's so cute, you know. So, but I see what you mean, you know, love at first sight or whatever. I can see that. I think Lady Gisela is one of the best villains of all time. So I think they're saying like in general, like not just in KTLC. And I personally, she's a great villain in KTLC, but all time, I don't know about that one. What? Once my bag was stopped at airport security because I had Nightfall book in it, and they must have thought it was a bomb or something from the way it looked through the x-ray machine. What?
I almost hate to say it, but at this point, I'm kind of more invested in the Dex Biana Team Morella. Tam Morella love triangle than the Sophie Keith Fitz love triangle.
How do you feel about that? Do you agree with that? Like, what do you think is more interesting?
I don't know. I feel like the Sophie Keith Fitz love triangle is just kind of like the basic main one, you know?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of like good to switch it up a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, bye guys!
When my friends leave their phone on the table, I change their wallpaper to a photo of Keith. Sometimes I change their avatar and they don't even realize until somebody asks who it is. That's funny. That's a nice, like, harmless prank that you can always do. I like that. I don't think Shannon actually knows where this series is going and is putting off little things like the Great Golan incident. She's also admitted that she doesn't know who Sophie will end up with. I'm gonna have to defend Shannon here, because she said that she's not putting off the Great Golan incident. She's going to include the Great Golan incident in a short story collection after the book is done, after the series is over. So we're going to get to see it eventually, and it's not going to appear in the main series. She also admitted that she doesn't know who Sophie will end up with. That's not exactly what she meant by that. I think what she meant to say, it's like Sophie's own decision. It has to come naturally as the book progresses, as the plot, you know, moves forward. So it's not that she doesn't know, it's that it's not there yet, I think. So I don't really like Morella or Jency, and I think that Shannon is stretching the series too much. I'm also now in the habit of tugging eyelashes and eyebrow hairs because of the series. I just want to say this, like, I don't really think that's a good idea. I don't endorse that. I don't really think tugging out an eyelash is a good habit. But moving to Marilla and Gency, I like Marilla as a character, but like Gency, I don't really have an opinion on him because he's not really in the books. So I don't support Sokeef, but I don't support Sophitz either. I think they're both bad for Sophie. They both have failed her too many times. This is actually incredibly true. Like, I can't stress this enough. Both like Fitz and Keefe are like really bad influences for Sophie. If you had to pick one, it would be Keefe, but I'm not exactly that opposed to Sophie Single. So Single is a very popular ship, I think. I don't like how Sophie chose to be the Moonlark for the Black Swan when I believe she would be better off in the Neverseen. In the Neverseen, really? Then there's been some theories that the Neverseen is the actual good side, who are like they have the good intentions, but it doesn't really matter because they're still doing things, they're still executing their plans in horrible ways. So no, I don't think that she'd be better off in the Neverseen. When I first read about Sandor, I pictured him like Shrek. Yeah, okay, I can actually see it. Keefe has become my comfort character, like I'm obsessed. I've had tons of dreams about him, and when I get insomnia, I fall asleep thinking about hanging out with Keefe. Also, hot take, Dex is overrated, but I don't hate him. Same thing for Lynn. I'm gonna come back to the first part later, but I think Dex, I've said this before, but Dex is overrated in the fandom because he's so popular, but he's underrated in the books because I do think he should have more recognition. Coming back to the first part, that's kind of cool, honestly. Like, I don't really think I've ever like dreamed about KTLC like that, but I definitely thought about it before. I started crying, laughing, and choking all at the same time when reading Crazy Events Anytime with Keefe in the books. That's a lot of emotions at the same time just because Keefe is there, so I don't really know how to react to that. Alright, this is going to be the last one. I never actually noticed that Keefe loves Sophie until I read Keefe's memory journal in Unlocked. You are just as oblivious as Sophie is, so I don't feel that bad. You're just like Sophie. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video in particular. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun. This video was so fun to make. And don't stop sending in confessions. You can send it as much as you want. Go as crazy as you want. But yeah, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe to our channel. All that good stuff. Comment down below your confessions. And I'll see you guys next week.